Dear students, today we can start Module 3 of EE 301 Power Generation, Transmission and Protection. The Module 3 consists of Introduction of Overhead Transmission and Underground Transmission, Type of Conductors, Mechanical Characteristics of Transmission Line, different types of towers, then calculation of sag and tension supports, and also about insulators and underground cables. So the first topic is conductors. So a conductor is for carrying the electrical current or power from sending end station to receiving end station. As the transmission line main part is the conductor, most of the capital amount is invested on the conductor. So proper choice of conductor material and size of the conductor is very important in designing a transmission system. So the conductor material for transmission and distribution of electrical power should have following properties. It should have high electrical conductivity or minimum resistance so that it should carry maximum current, and should be of high tensile strength in order to withstand the mechanical stresses. And as it is the main capital cost involved in that power system, it should be of low cost so that it can be used for long distances. And low specific gravity so that weight per unit volume should be small. All these properties will not be found in a single material. Therefore, while we are selecting a conductor for particular application, there will be a consideration or compromise between cost and the required electrical and mechanical properties. So we can see some of the commonly used conductor materials. First one is copper. Copper is an ideal material for overhead line owing to its high electrical conductivity and greater tensile strength. The copper is usually used in hard drawn form. That means it will be passed through number of dies so that its size will be reduced and it will have got high tensile strength, and it will be usually in stranded form. By hard drawing, electrical conductivity of the copper slightly reduces, but it increases the tensile strength considerably. Copper has high current density. So, for particular value of current, the cross-sectional area required is very large. Cross-sectional area, as the cross-sectional area of conductor is less, the area power exerted by the wind or the opposition exerted by the wind will be reduced. As high current density means with small area it will carry more amount of current. This metal is quite homogeneous, durable and high scrap value. Copper is an ideal material for transmission and distribution of electrical power, but it has got high cost and it is not available in plenty. So it is rarely used for these purposes. Nowadays, the trend is to use aluminum in place of copper. So next material is aluminum. Aluminum is cheap and light compared to copper, but it has smaller conductivity and tensile strength compared to copper. Here we can show some points by comparing aluminum and copper. The conductivity of aluminum is 60% of that of the copper. Smaller conductivity means that for particular transmission efficiency, cross-sectional area of conductor of aluminum will be more than the copper, and also the resistance, for same resistance, diameter of conductor is about 1.26 times the diameter of copper conductor. So it increases the area of cross section of aluminum conductor. So there will be more wind pressure applied on the conductor, so that supporting towers should be has to carry these pressures also. and there is a possibility of sag in the conductor. The specific gravity of aluminum is 2.71, that is lower than that of copper. And aluminum conductor has almost half the weight of copper conductor. So, the weight is less. So, the supporting structure need not be made with very strong conductors. Need not be very strong. Aluminum conductor is light in weight and hence it swings, or it requires larger cross arms to reduce the swings. Due to lower tensile strength and higher coefficient of linear expansion, sag is greater. Sag means there will be lowering of the conductor will not be in straight line. There will be some sag. We will study sag in detail. Therefore, it is very widely used as a conductor material as it is cheaper and it carries heavy current and light in weight. The commonly used conductor is ACSR conductor. It is steel cored aluminum conductor. Due to the lowest tensile strength of aluminum, it will have more chance to sag. To prohibit this, we are using steel cored aluminum conductors. In order to increase the tensile strength, aluminum conductor is reinforced with galvanized steel wires. Galvanized steel is used in order to prevent rusting and electrolytic corrosion also. The composite conductor is called steel cored aluminum or ACSR, aluminum conductor steel reinforced. Steel cored aluminum conductor consists of a center core of galvanized steel surrounded by aluminum strands. Usually diameter of both steel and aluminum wires are same and cross section will have a ratio of 1:6 or it can be modified up to 1:4. Figure shows steel cored aluminum conductor. By using composite conductor using steel core, it will increase the mechanical strength and aluminum conductors will carry bulk amount of current. The advantages of steel cored aluminum conductors are the reinforcement with steel increases the tensile strength. As aluminum is having lesser tensile strength, it can be increased by reinforcing the steel. At the same time, it keeps the composite conductor light as the aluminum is light. Therefore, steel cored aluminum conductor will produce smaller sag and hence longer spans can be used. Larger spans results in smaller number of supports and reduction in total cost of insulators, foundations and maintenance. As the mechanical strength is more, the span can be increased and hence the requirement of towers, insulators and foundations are reduced. Also, as the insulators are less, chance of flashover also reduced. Due to the smaller sag, steel cored aluminum conductors, towers also with smaller heights can be used. And also, steel will provide a corrosion resistance under unfavorable conditions like industrial atmosphere. Next material is galvanized steel. Steel is having very high tensile strength. Therefore, galvanized steel conductors can be used for conditions where high tensile strengths are required, where high stresses due to climatic conditions are there. They have been found very suitable in rural areas where cheapness is the main consideration. Steel is a cheaper conductor. Due to the poor conductivity and high resistance, such conductors are not suitable for transmitting large power over the long distance. The conductivity is poor and resistance is high, so it is not suitable for large distance. However, they can have advantage of transmitting smaller power with low cost. While considering the economic matters, it will be good. Next is cadmium copper. Conductor material employed in certain cases is copper alloyed with cadmium. An addition of 1% of 2% cadmium in copper increases the tensile strength by about 50%. Even though it reduces the conductivity by 15%, it increases the tensile strength. Can be used for long spans, but it has got high cost, so it cannot be used while considering the economic considerations. These are the main types of conductors used. Next class we can see type of the towers and some mechanical parameters of the transmission line. Thank you.